Today is April 16, 2023. Oh, yesterday. Yesterday. Oh, crazy crap. Crazy crap again. Getting better. No. I sitting around rambling, and it's like, what happened? How would they even be, where they kicked in my door, knocked, set up the button cameras, I woke up with bruises. How did the FBI actually find out that they were doing it? What did those retards do? Just walk into the FBI Stark County Drug Task Force, the drug unit, and say, we have been monitoring this woman ourselves. We have sodium pentothal reports. And we got the truth out of her with drugs to the drug gang unit. And they admitted stalking me, vandalizing me, and drugging me up to the drug and gang unit, to the vets. Go to mass, and people scattered. People in Maslin were laughing. That's exactly what happened. They were so arrogant within themselves and so proud of what they did, where they kicked in my door and they had been drugging me up all summer and stalking me and human trafficking me, that Steve, and beating me under drugs. They took their altered shower scene and went down to a Fed building and told the federal government they were stalking me, drugging me up to get the truth out of me into a drug and gang unit. Do you know what stopped him from being arrested? On the spot, they gave up the drug dealers. Where'd you get the drugs? And then they invited him down. See, that comes down to the point of Will didn't get me out of here. Will knew I was being victimized that bad. See, even the FBI couldn't be in my home like Officer Reinhardt Losa until he took your statement and he agreed to protect you, where the kidnapper for the Detroit boy actually showed up. The one that tried to kidnap me, tried to carjack me, threatened to knife me. I got away from him at Huntington Bank on September 21st, 18. He got one of the major killers. Showed up at the Huntington Bank. Had already tried to get me twice before this. He let him go. That means he already knew they were involved. And he let him go on purpose. And people died because of him. Where I tried to tell him he threatened to knife me, I got away from him. Was there a camera above you? It don't matter if there's a damn camera above me or not. There's a camera at Huntington Bank and he walked off with a Pizza Hut lady. I got away from him. See what I mean? They couldn't even be in my home till he took my statement. It's entrapment. And then that officer had to talk to Davis, requirements of the Department of Justice. Because if they could be in anybody's home, they'd be in mafia's homes. And in their offices. They can't. Nixon couldn't buck an office. My brother had camera. His grandson is slow. His guardian. He had cameras out where he could log in and where he's at work and watch his grown grandson with the caretakers. Well, caretaker grabbed a remote out of his grandson's hand and got in his face and yelled at him, and he pushed him because he wanted his remote. That baby went to jail for 30 days. He tried to show that he provoked him. You know what the judge said? It's inside your house. I can't look at it. He said, but he provoked him. He said, I can't look at it. It's inside your house. The caretaker knew it was being recorded. It's a right to privacy. As police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life. And it's not being, it was monitored. Those cameras were done by an occult framing me. And he knew about the shower scene. He knew about the drug confessions. They went in and told him they drugged me to get the truth out of me. And that means he knew they were human trafficking me before that too, under drugs to that worst teeth. But yeah, that judge wouldn't even look at Pete's because Pete could have altered it. They're private tapes. See what I mean? And Will can't just go in anybody's house. Huh? See, then it comes down to no damn excuse. He didn't hide me from these people. And when I called, what the hell was he doing bullying me at all? And he let the Detroit killer get away. One of the main killers. Huh? Made me plead for my life. List me in a form at $5,000 a month with diplomatic immunity. And then if you tell somebody so I'll stay quiet. Because what he did, basically, was he defrauded the government that he was going to steal the money. He defrauded me that he was going to protect me. No man, I'll ever touch you. I'll protect you. Nothing legally stated against you again. You're in diplomatic immunity for life for this. You'll have the $5,000 a month for working this case. Open it up. Even when you tell. But if you tell someone unless you're crazy, no, you're not. He's bullying me to stay quiet. He can't put a gag order on me. He's not a sitting judge. Because another agent tried to pull that with somebody out of state, and a press ripped him a new one. They sued him. That law agency better never back an agent telling somebody they can't say something. They don't have that kind of authority. They only hire law enforcement. They can't even ask somebody to stay quiet. They can't. It takes the sitting judge to put a gag order. He was just bullying me. So he's purposely saying he defrauded the government of money and defrauded a private citizen that he was going to protect him. And he knew that a cult was stalking me and drugging me up. And he knew about the Photoshop shower scene. Huh? And he purposely let one of the main killers go away when I told him where to find a picture of him. Choose his words carefully. Yeah, those tapes were done by the cult. They walked into the Fed building. The drug and gang unit admitted to drugging me up and stalking me. And they didn't arrest him because they wanted the drug dealers. And there was over 200 of them here the first month. And there's no reason that Will did not call for reinforcement and a SWAT team and grab them all and get me the hell out of here. Then he let them human traffic me, rape me, bash my skull in, sell police information, torture me. I have a dent in my head. I've been publicly humiliated. And they say he don't care about anything but getting, he's got 800 now, but at what cost? Marlisa's niece is gone. They had already killed my other co-worker's family member and laughed in her face. They got away with killing her, cut her in pieces. Girl at the ATM's gone. What cost? At what cost? Little 15-year-old kid's gone. At what cost? He could have saved lives. He could have been a hero. He should have arrested those dumbasses for walking in that building. He could have drilled them and got the name of their drug dealers out. They shouldn't have left that building. They admitted to stalking somebody and drugging them. And they knew they couldn't look at it. And like another sheriff said, anything can be photoshopped. Police and agencies can only be in a home under threat of life. And they have to speak to everyone before they start, or it's entrapment. It's abuse and misconduct. And it's illegal search and seizure. Because you know what a sitting judge would say. What the hell? I can't look or listen to that. It's a severe Fourth Amendment right. It's a right to privacy over home. Then you got the Fifth, Sixth. Right to an attorney and right to remain quiet. You can't just break in private citizens' homes and watch them. Let alone drug them. You know, I was sitting there talking to my daughter-in-law, and they try to frame them so they take responsibility for what the cult did. And they knew nothing at Christmas. I finally got enough nerve to ask them. We didn't know anything. Neither the kids. It's a good thing, because they go to jail for having me drugged, human trafficked, stalked. vandalizing my property. They're looking at life in federal. It's a good thing they didn't know. I sat in there talking to my grandson's girlfriend. She said, like, all this is creepy. And I looked at her, I said, you know, my house manager's niece, so they were part of those Florida plates that were up here that were drug dealing. They actually took my house manager's niece and this other girl they said that they killed, the other lady I work with, they killed her family member. They're not funny. And somebody was messing with me. I had giant bruises. I almost passed out mowing the lawn. And I said, you can see in this one picture, some guy's hiding behind the tree. She said, you can. And I said, I lost 70 pounds throwing up. I said, somebody was messing with me big time. And somebody did kick in my door. And for them to say they were watching me, I said, that is stalking. And some guy came in and got high and came in and confessed that it was all him and not me. And I said, they said something in front of one of my clients in a store and he almost punched him. I said, it was bad there for a while. People were coming up laughing in my face. I said, it was like my other coworker. They were laughing at how they killed their family member. These people are morbid. Realize you wouldn't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. They didn't know anything anyway. But to realize they were trying to set them up so that they would go to jail. That they were the ones having them do it when they knew nothing. See, they're just trying to frame everybody else for their own crimes. Because they actually walked into the FBI building. And they said that guy in that building don't care what happens to anybody. Then they need to arrest him because that's not being an agent. Failure to protect is abuse and misconduct. And they were laughing outside of Acme. He does like being a Detroit boy a little bit too much. And we're giggling. He likes to be a pretend gang member out there banging the prostitutes, doing drugs with them, and getting paid by the feds. Yeah, that's why he's not into this. I'm going to upload this.